How's it going, Pokemon fans? CJ from JollyMonz YouTube channel, and today it's not going to be the most competitive deck today, but I think it's going to be pretty neat. Today I'm going to be playing Alolan Golem. Now, if you don't know what this card does, I don't blame you. But 250 HP, stage 2, 1 lightning energy, 2 colorless energy, and it does 80 damage. So it can, with choice band, it 2 hits a lot of the stuff in the format. But this isn't the main attack you'll be using. The main attack is going to be the Super Electromagnetic Tackle. That's a crazy name. 2 lightning energy, 2 colorless for 200 damage, and it does 200, or doesn't do 200 damage to itself. It does 50 damage to itself. And we can easily make this, more damage for, the stage 2s like Gardevoir, Metagross, if people still play that. What other stage 2 decks are in the format? I can't even think of any right now. But we can easily make this one-hit Gardevoir. And then the GX attack, 2 lightning energy, 2 colorless energy. Man, I cannot talk right now. 100 damage. Your opponent can't play any cards from their hand during their next turn. So it's entirely possible for us to get this off turn 2 and just completely slow down our opponent if they haven't gotten set up yet. So, of course, this is going to be the main attacker of the deck. And one of the other Pokemon that's going to help us make this 200 reach the 220 or 230 that we need is Tapu Koko. Of course, we've gone over this a lot. A lot of people know what this card does. 2 colorless, 20 to each of your opponent's Pokemon. And we can actually use the Electro Ball attack. 2 lightning energy, 1 colorless, does 100 damage. So, you'll rarely use this, but it's an option in case, the situation is needed. Some of the other Pokemon, we're playing Electrode to help us get Golem going a lot earlier. This helps us get that turn 2 GX attack off. So Zap Thunder, you can knock it out. Your opponent takes a prize, but it's 1 prize. They still have to knock out 3 Golems if you want to force them to do that. And it provides 2 lightning energy to a lightning Pokemon. Lightning, electric, it's one of those. I don't care. And then if you're attacking with this, then you're really far behind and you're doing something wrong. But yeah, it's just here to be basically 2 lightning energy. And then 2 Lele, of course. Just an all-around good card, a staple, pretty much. Some of the other Pokemon that the stage 1 or the basics are stage 1, doesn't really matter. Geodude can kind of come in handy. If you get a slow start, you can just defense curl, hopefully get heads on your coin flip, and then he doesn't take any damage. They can get around this with Guzma, but if you got to do it, it's not a bad option to have. And that's pretty much the Pokemon lineup. It's pretty simple. Ideally, start Tapu Koko, spread some damage around while you get Golem set up, or just go all in, attack with this turn 2, just forget about Tapu Koko. Kind of depends on the situation, what you have in your hand at the beginning of the game, and then the other Pokemon to help get it going. Now the other way, I just got logged out. Okay, we're back. My internet actually cut out right in the middle of my recording. Very nice, very professional. I'm not restarting either. Anyways, as I was about to say, one thing I do want to point out is that if you're going to begin something like Gardevoir, or basically anything with more than 200 HP, Gallispod, now that I think about it, Gardevoir, if there's anything but in the 210 to 230 choice band, we just one-shot those. Because we actually go up to 230, we can one-shot Gardevoir, we can one-shot Gallispod, even if they've already used, what's it called, Armor Press? Yeah. And then if we have to worry about something like Metagross, you just use Tapu Koko, hit them once first, they go down to 230, then choice band, tackle, get them. The other toy plays, of course, 3 Floatstone. That's a very big retreat cost right there. kind of an issue early on. If you can't get set up pretty quickly and you're not ready to attack, they can just bring up your Geodude or your Graveler. I probably should mention that it's a 4-2-4 with 4 rare candy. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I mean, now you know. I mean, you could have saw it, but whatever. I digress. Anyways, yeah, Floatstone, because we have really fat retreat costs. And, you know, if you want to retreat this, you don't really want to attach energy to it. Although, really, if it's in play, you can just use the ability, because it doesn't have to be on the bench. So, there's that. Supporters. 4 Sycamore. We need a new hand, don't care about what we have. And if we need a new hand and we care about what we have, or if we just want to put our opponent down to 2 cards, around there, 2 or 3 cards, maybe 1. 4 Guzma, kind of just staple. Brings up weak Pokemon on the bench. Or stall, you can, there's something, like if there's a Golem that doesn't have any energy in the active, but one with energy on the bench, you can just Guzma, bring up the one with energy that's ready to attack, and keep going. 1 Lily, just because I don't think these 8 draw supporters are really enough. I think we need like at least 1 more. 2 Bridget, just because I feel like it is pretty important to get a turn 1 Bridget off, because obviously you're gonna want, you know, 1 or 2 of these in play, a Coco possibly, at least 1 Voltorb to try to get attacking early as possible. So the games where you, like, if I was to play just 1 Bridget and then it gets stuck in the prizes or whatever, it'd be pretty bad. And then we have 1 Skyla, just to grab whatever key item we need at the time. Maybe we can just grab a rare candy, Deal Blower if we need it, Rescue Stretcher, you know, whatever. But speaking of the items, 4 Ultra Ball, always my favorite card in the game. Rescue Stretcher, like, let's say, you know, they knock out a Golem, and you have a Graveler on the bench. You can just grab that Golem right back. Or if they've knocked out stuff, you can just shuffle it all back in, grab a Lele if you need it. Just, in general, a good card. And we do play a lot of evolution lines. This knocks itself out. Of course, the Electrode gets attached to the Pokemon, but like the Voltorb grows away. Whenever that Pokemon gets knocked out, the Golem usually, or the Coco, whichever, it all goes to the discard. You can just shuffle it all back in and just get it all ready to go again. 4 Rare Candy, because we're a stage 2 deck. It's pretty nice to just turn 2, skip Graveler, go right to Golem, and, you know, if possible, get that Heavy Rock GX off. And then Field Blower. It's not really needed. I don't think this is a deck that needs Field Blower, but I feel like in general it's just a good card to have. Get rid of Choice Bands, get rid of Floatstone. I think it's just in general just a good card. Like, it doesn't need it, but I feel like you should play it. Then the energies, we play 4 double colorless, because one of the best things to do with this deck is to go turn 2, use Electrode's ability, put 2 energy, and the Electrode counts as 2 lightning, and then double colorless. So there's your 4 energy right there. Or you go turn 1, attach 1 of these, and then turn 2, attach another one, Electrode, 4 energy, you're attacking. It's pretty good. And then we do play 4 electric energy. You don't really need as much electric energy, because Electrode, like I said earlier, provides electric energy. So you want some, but not too many. I feel like 6 might be a good number. Maybe 7. I had 7 earlier, but I took it out because I felt like I needed something else. I can't remember what I added. But 6 seems like a decent number so far. So I'm going to go ahead and play some games with this. Like I said, not the most competitive deck in the world, but I saw this synergy here between, you know, getting this in play turn 2 and possibly being able to just throw these out, like these numbers out turn 2, like 200 damage on turn 2, or just stopping your opponent from playing cards on turn 2. Seems pretty decent. And Electrode making that possible, I don't know, it seems like a neat concept. Not the most competitive, but, you know, maybe we'll have some fun with it. Anyways, a link to that will be down in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, stay jolly.